The ink was always coldest when it wept from her pen. Elara pressed the nib to parchment and watched the road materialize like a memory struggling to surface. This one had been a path between villages, trodden by farmers and merchants for 300 years before the plague took the eastern settlement and the west forgot the way to it. Now only she remembered. The road existed only in her maps, in the careful sepia lines she drew each night by candlelight. She was the Cartographer of Forgotten Roads, though she could not remember who had given her that title, or when. The name simply fit her like skin, like the worn leather of her map case, like the ache in her fingers after hours of work. The journey took her 7 days. Elara had traveled forgotten roads before. They existed in the spaces between memory, tangible but not quite real, visible only to those who remembered them. But this road was different. It grew more solid with each mile, as if her steps were weaving it back into existence. On the 3rd day, she found a stone pillar carved with symbols she almost recognized. On the 5th day, she passed a traveler going the other way, a woman with silver hair and eyes like morning frost, who nodded to Elara as if they were old friends. On the 7th day, the road ended at a door. It stood alone in the gray expanse between the mountains. No walls, no roof, just a door, tall and ancient, made of wood that seemed to hold centuries of weather. The frame was carved with the same symbols from the pillars, and above the door, in letters that burned themselves into Elara's mind, were words. Thrilled. She knew this place. The knowledge rose from somewhere deeper than memory, from the place where she kept the things she had lost. The room beyond was a library, but not of books. The walls stretched impossibly high, disappearing into mist, covered in maps, thousands of them, millions. Every road that had ever been forgotten, every path that had faded from memory, preserved here. In the center stood an ancient figure with a beard that touched the floor and eyes that held the weight of eons. "You've come home," he said. The truth crashed over her. She had given up her memories to become the threshold's keeper, to save her son who had wandered into the forgotten places. Her son stepped through the doorway, young and bright-eyed, no longer lost. "I found you," she breathed. "You saved me," he replied. "You saved all of us. Every road, every traveler, every memory that would have been lost." She realized she was crying. Not from sorrow or joy, but from understanding. She had lost everything, her name, her history, herself, and found something greater. A purpose, a calling, a family of the forgotten and the found. "Will you stay?" he asked. She smiled, and the name Elara felt right for the first time. Outside, in the gray space between the mountains, a new road began to form, one that had been forgotten for centuries, waiting for someone to remember it. And the Cartographer of Forgotten Roads took up her pen and began to draw. The roads remember those who walk them, and sometimes those who walk the roads remember themselves. The ink was no longer cold. It was warm, like memory, like home.